Okay, we're going to do a little Facebook Live here.
Oh, hi.
Real quick, we think the ghost has moved out to the studio.
Still moving.
Yeah.
I've been trying to tweet it, but the ghost won't let me, apparently. But
Yeah.
anyways, these lights never move.
These lights never move, and yet this light up here
Yeah, it's kind of...
is just swinging back and forth. And we looked up and we're like, okay, there's a vent up there. Maybe that's what... But there are vents all over the studio with lights all around them, right next to it. Why is that the only one that's doing it? The other vents are all on. We felt the vents, so we think
You're getting sleep.
that the ghost is up there, trying to hypnotize us. So we had our chief engineer came out, Aaron Withrow came out with a stick, a big metal stick, and tried to make it stop for a little bit, and the ghost just laughed.
Oh, I think we're over here.
All right,
yeah,
anyway,
so,
we got to get back on the air. I just thought I'd give you an update.
Stay here? Oh, we're staying here. If it falls during the show, though, we'll know what it is.
Can you sue a ghost? Okay, well, you heard it here.
Where's the intern?
Hey, if Joel Bieber can fly in a spaceship, we can sue a ghost, right?
I think sounds reasonable.
Yeah, the intern is in, maybe she's behind this whole thing.
She probably
She's
is up there
rather
swinging from
spooky.
the top of it.
She probably is, yeah.
The intern actually has a very sweet story.
Yeah, but you can't tell it in 30 seconds. We
No,
got
I
to go
can't.
back.
But
on the
anyways,
air.
just so you know.
All right, well, thanks for joining us for this Facebook Live. Ghost edition, updated Ghost edition. We're getting close to Halloween, so we're going to see what we can find out. Thanks, bye. Hello, Facebook Live. We're coming to you from the haunted confines of wsaz. Don't laugh at me. So, I've told you before, we've been on here before talking about how we believe, the night shift folks believe, that there's something up there on the second floor, up above us, because we hear things at night. We hear like banging around. Tony Cavalier describes it as what sounds like like filing cabinets just slamming shut. We described what we thought was like, we said it was like we called it the bowling ghost, because it sounds like a bowling ball literally being rolled across the floor. Haven't heard that in a while, but we've heard a lot of banging around up there the last couple of weeks. So we were talking about this just in the newsroom, just having discussion. And Harold, who is here, he works for Dirt Busters, and Harold was in the newsroom, and hi Andrea, hi Tammy. Harold was in the newsroom, and he heard us talking about it, and he said, I didn't want to say anything because, I didn't want somebody to think something, but let's go find Harold. I'll let him finish the story. It's really kind of interesting, spooky, and it actually involves these paintings. These paintings. There's another one. It's a story that involves old paintings that are over probably at least 45 to 50 years old, that are in this building that we found. And we will, I'll take you to Harold if I can find him. Oh, Harold, are you here? Yeah. Oh my. Okay, let's see if we can find Harold. There he is. All right, we're gonna talk to Harold for a second here about what you saw, or what you felt and saw upstairs. So there, it was what, like about a year and a half ago or so?
A year ago.
About a year ago. Okay.
Yeah.
And where were you?
Upstairs in the mail room.
Upstairs in the mailroom, and did you hear something, or what was it?
I just felt like somebody standing behind me. I turned around and seen an old man standing behind me.
And the way you described that old man was like tall, like balding,
Medium built, bald,
Yeah.
and had white hair,
white hair, and,
Yeah.
and a black hat on.
black hat.
Yeah, with a suit on, I guess.
Yeah, it was a suit
Shirt
on.
and tie on. Okay, all right, with the suit on. So, thanks, Harold. So when Harold told us that, we immediately said, some of us said, boy, that sounds just like an old general manager who used to work here. One of our old managers years ago, long before I ever started, by the name of George Andrick. And so a couple weeks went by after Harold said that, and we said, we ought to pull up a picture of George and see what Harold thinks. So what we did was, we were in the news just yesterday, and Amanda and I said, hey, Harold, come over here for a second. And Harold came walking over, and he was a good 10 feet away, and we said, before he was walking over, we said, Harold, do you recognize? And he cut us off before we even finished. And he said, that's the guy I saw upstairs. And that is George Andrick, who died in 2017. And he says he saw him upstairs. So we're gonna go take a look upstairs right now.
Don't go up there.
You don't think I should go up there? George, anyway, the thing is, Harold said that he didn't feel like, I don't know, threatened. He didn't feel scared. There wasn't like a horrible, frightening experience. He just saw him, drifted out in the hallway, never saw him again. So we're gonna go upstairs now. Use the handrail. This is where he saw. Hi, Veronica. Hi, Sherry. Okay, so nobody's up here right now. At night, there's nobody here. It's locked. Okay. This is one of the rooms in question that for years they've called it the big scary room. It's just stuff here. Carlton's Christmas tree. Let's see if we can turn some lights on in here. It's like old furniture and paintings and old equipment, adding machines, old pictures, the Perry Como show. This guy right here. I'm sure who he is. Oh, it says it. Stop the Music is the name of that show. Anyway, all kinds of interesting stuff back here. But this is where we found those paintings. And it turns out that I brought them downstairs. The man whose picture we saw, Mr. Andrick, his wife, Arlene Andrick, who I met both of them when they were up at the Woodlands, she purchased at Hollinsworth Design, or Hollinsworth Interior Design, a lot of the stuff here that we see. And so all of these paintings and things like that. Arlene Andrick, that's not Arlene, by the way, but Arlene was the one who found them all and brought them here. So those two paintings downstairs that have kind of like an Asian motif, they're the ones I brought in. We found them up here as well. Apparently she was the one who decorated everything. And she and George died pretty close together, from what we were told. I met Mrs. Andrick before up at the Woodlands. She was a beautiful woman, really nice lady. So anyway, this is the big scary room. I just wanted to give you a look up here. I have all these gold pictures. There's like Bob Brunner and Boz, Rob's dad, Boz Johnson, Johnny Carson, NBC. Well, there's Carson again, Huntley Brinkley. All kinds of interesting pictures of people up here. A lot of history. Look, there's Nixon. A lot of history up here. Not sure why the tree got treated like that, but anyway, this is the big scary room. A lot of people say they don't like coming up here because they don't like the way it feels, that they feel like a presence and they just don't like it. They say it's creepy and it's weird and they don't like coming up in here, but I've never had a problem in here before. I don't know. Doesn't bother me. Does it bother you? Nah. Yeah, that wood cactus would be good, right, Cody? So this is the upstairs. And this is where Harold said that he saw Mr. Andrick. There's not a lot of action up here right now. Nobody's here, in fact. Just me and you guys. So this is where the sales folks and the traffic division and some of the other bookkeeping folks are right now. And back here, this would have been Mr. Andrick's office. I thought that's maybe where he might have seen him, but Harold said it wasn't there. And Harold's usually up here alone at night doing the cleaning. I guess he gets it out of the way. And hey, Peggy, NA Tigers. Wow, look at you. Peggy, NA Tigers. Wow, hello. So, looking around here, he's the only one who's up here at night. And he said he never had a creepy feeling until that day that he was in this room. And it was in this room where Harold was working, cleaning, when he said he saw Mr. Andrick. Harold was right here. He was like cleaning the surface right here. And he looked up this doorway right here. And that's where he saw Mr. Andrick standing right here. Or the person who supposedly looked like Mr. Andrick standing right here. And he said he walked out into the hallway, never saw him again. So that's maybe that's why we hear all kinds of noises coming from up here. And yet the really strange part about this is that when you're up here at night, if you ever come up here to maybe get some coffee or, for whatever reason, have to get something out of the big scary room, you never hear any of the noises from up here. So, but downstairs in the newsroom, when we're down, the next floor down, we hear all kinds of stuff. So that's what the hardest thing to understand is that what are we hearing? Like, where is all that noise coming from? And what's the source of it? Bang, boom, boom. Somebody said, well, maybe it's the HVAC system making all that noise, but that tubing doesn't run in that direction, and you'd be able to hear it if that. When we've heard the HVAC system like kicking on and off. We don't know what it is. It's just strange. So anyway, we're thinking of maybe trying to involve one of those shows of people who come in and with little readings, and they can do some kind of, you know what I mean, spirit solvers or whatever they're called. So, but that's it. That's the behind-the-scenes story of the wsaz spirit, second floor spirit, and I don't know. I can't make heads or tails of it. All I know is we definitely have a lot of noise in this building, and it makes no sense at all. And now Harold has seen somebody who he described to a T. We showed him a picture, and it wasn't right away. See, that's the thing. It wasn't right away. It wasn't like we showed him the picture like, hey, Harold, come and see. Is this the guy? We let some time go by, and we just called him into the newsroom. Hey, Harold, yep. And immediately, that's the guy I saw upstairs. He pointed right at the picture. That's the guy I saw upstairs. And then he said the only difference was he had a black hat on. And we checked with some of the employees who worked here a long time ago. And they said, yeah, he wore a black hat all the time. So it's just amazing. If it's an amazing coincidence, it would be a big one. So anyway, that's what we know. Say goodbye to Elvis. Yeah, WSAZ interviewed him one time. Say bye, Elvis.